study the number of people identified with ASD over time, and this lets us understand if the numbers are changing, if they're rising or falling or staying the same, and we compare the number of children with ASD in different parts of the country and among different populations and with different characteristics. And this is our Autism and ADAM network, Autism and Developmental Disabilities Monitoring Network. And the third area that we work actively in is improving identification of children with ASD as well as with other developmental disabilities by encouraging families and early child providers to do developmental milestone monitoring and to get children seen sooner so that they can get services earlier. And this is through our Learn the Signs, Act Early program. And just one or two sentences about each of these, going back to SEED, we have investigators that are poised to publish a number of studies in the coming year. I've seen many papers come through our clearance process at CDC. I know that there are submissions and papers coming out looking at risk factors and health outcomes associated with ASD. And we're currently working toward getting approvals for a very exciting study that I've mentioned here before. So the SEED program, we're beginning to enroll children in our third iteration, SEED 3. But SEED 1 was long enough ago that the children who were 3 to 5 years at the time that they were originally enrolled are now teenagers. So we are doing a follow-up study called SEED Teen. The second area, the autism, the ADAM network, so the surveillance activities, that the data collection and analysis are ongoing for the surveillance year for 2014, where one exciting thing that we will be looking at is comparing those diagnosed under DSM-4 criteria versus DSM-5 criteria and see what the impact of the new diagnostic criteria have on the prevalence and the characteristics of children, of 8-year-old children identified with ASD. And then in our third area, Learn the Signs, Act Early, I mentioned, I believe previously, that we released a Milestones in Action free image library that features photos and videos of children, which demonstrates developmental milestones from the age of 2 months to 5 years. And the tool was created to help parents and early care and education providers identify developmental milestones in children and know whether there should be a concern. And we're integrating that into an app that parents can utilize in order to track their child's development, and it gives them alerts if the child has not achieved certain milestones and that they should speak with healthcare providers at the next visit. And in addition, Learn the Signs, Act Early has recruited, selected, and trained the largest cohort of what we call Act Early ambassadors to date. We now have 45 ambassadors in 44 states and territories, and they're doing exceptional work of integrating Learn the Signs, Act Early into the systems and programs serving young children and their families. And finally, I'd mentioned last time, I know over the next year that the study will be going strong to find these families and to reconsent them and to collect the data for SEED Teen project.